Yo, what it is?
What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up?
So obviously I told you I was at a church, right? And then I started serving at the church.
Yep.
I started serving before her. So I was there first.
Yes, I met you there first.
Yeah, you met me.
I
met
him
me there first. But I started
But he wasn't serving there first.
I was doing things as far as skits,
yeah.
music-wise. I was doing the whole 9 yards, right?
Mm-hmm.
So one day at the church, she wasn't there. The pastor and they kind of like rebuked me, like, yo, you can't be doing this, what you doing, messing around with her, as far as like, yo, sleeping around, X, Y, and Z. You know, they started all types of stuff, like, yo, it's not, you know, it's a sin, X, Y, and Z. And mind you, like I just said, like, yo, you know, like, I just got my relationship. I just found out, like, yo, having a relationship with God. So obviously, like, yo, you gonna take what somebody say as, like, yo, okay, you know, they hear from God, so you gonna take it. So I just let anybody know, man, you trying to have a relationship with God, like, yo, have it for yourself first, bro.
Know him for yourself.
Because then when you go into a place and they telling you something, you ain't gonna accept it. You gonna go back and pray. And you could say, yo, it ain't right or it is right, you know? So, obviously, they said that. So, I was like, all right, whatever, bet. Like, I was hot, but I was like, whatever, bet. So, I'm going to do this. So, she came, told her the same thing. But it kind of wasn't helpful. Because it was more so, stay away. You got to stay away. You can't do this. You can't do that.
There was
like,
no teaching.
No teaching. Like, I couldn't have... You know how when you're on probation and you have no stay away orders? It's like that's what was for her. Like, stay away orders. Like, I had a restraining order. Like, I couldn't say hi to her without them rebuking me. I couldn't, like, give her a hug without them think I'm seducing her. Like, and for me, it was, like, bad because it was, like, we started texting on the load so we could meet up on the back street. You feel me? Like, we started meeting up late night and then go to the meetup, our group meetup the next day, and then you just see, yo, we know what happened. I don't know, some crazy stuff, bro. So it was kind of crazy, bro. Like, yo, you know, so
I feel like it's like, you know, telling it to your don't touch the fire with no explanation.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta, okay, hey, don't touch the fire because you could get burned. It was just like, don't touch this, and that was it. We didn't understand why we couldn't touch it, but apparently it's because of sin and stuff like that. Like, it was just don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. Don't do this, that. Like, it was just no explanation. Like, why couldn't we? It's because, you know, the sin, like, God don't condemn, God don't wink at sins, y'all. So that, like, we never understood why. Until now, we grew, but
yeah, cause it was just like, yo, you just want to separate. Like, I couldn't even barely say hi to her or anything like that, or do anything involving her. Like, it was just crazy. Like, even we would play games as a group, and they'll be like, yo, who would you, if you were stuck in the elevator, who would you rather have with you? I said her. We had to write this on the piece of paper, mind you. I said her, and she said me.
Yeah, and then I was being truthful. Like, I'm not about to line say I'm about to get stuck with two, but it's not the truth.
We got in trouble
I was
for that.
honest.
Like, yo, we got in trouble for that. Like, damn. Like, damn, that crazy kid. Like,
we got in trouble for that.
So, in that case, it was just like, we did that for like 3-4 years. Like, 4 years. Like,
we didn't talk to each other, y'all. 4 years.
Barely contact.
4 years.
Minimum. We're just... Hello, working together, doing skits together.
No, like he was one person I was forbidden from speaking to.
Yeah, but we was doing skits together. We was doing we were working together. But as far as like pleasure wise, that wasn't happening.
Or speaking to, like,
you know,
want to hear from me.
I used to peep her too. I used to see her coming. I used to be like, damn, boy, she look good, boy. I was like, damn, like, she look good. I was like, yo.
Baby.
I was like, damn, she look good. even like I told y'all with the story of when we used to go to church. Back then when we used to go to church, and I used to text her, yo, so are you coming to church sexy today or you coming regular? She used to be like, yo, I'm coming sexy. That's so funny. Like, yeah, she
I
used
used to tell you I'm coming sexy.
She used to be like, yo, I'm coming sexy, y'all. Like, are you serious? Like, I'm coming sexy.
I thought I was coming regular.
Nah, you be like, yo, I'm coming sexy.
Yeah, I was trying to impress him because I would come regular.
But you know, so we're working together, and then, like I said, like, yo, you want to have that own relationship with the Lord, and I think that thing started growing and growing even more in me. So fast forward 2018, like I felt like, you know, I ain't trying to do this me and you not dating no more. So I felt in my heart that God was saying, yo, it's time that y'all could date. So I went to the pastor and talked to him like, yo, I feel like it's time for us to date. That's what I feel like God telling me. Okay, you know, we were talking, and then so much so that when I finished talking to him and I seen her, we went to the basketball court and I seen her, I started talking to her. I started laying down everything that I did that she didn't know.
Yeah, he did, y'all.
Like as far as like the cheating, far as like, yo, me messing with this girl right here, messing with this, like, you know, certain things. Cause I was like, yo, I just want to be completely honest with you, bro. I ain't even trying to hide it, take it to the grave. Like as far like, and I know like, yo, it's gonna hurt, but for me, I was like, yo, you got a second opportunity at being with her, so lay it all on the line, so you ain't gotta, so you ain't gonna get no surprises or nothing like that. That's how I felt. So after that, like, you know, I made it official. I said, yo, we dating, and it was cool for the moment. Like, yo, we're dating, we're talking, it was like we're texting, seeing each other.
Then
like,
we got rebuked, babe.
Yeah, we did. We
got rebuked.
They said, yo,
he made that decision, we got rebuked the next day. It wasn't right.
Yeah, it's BS, but whatever. Like, yo, BS, kid. Yeah, I think y'all kind of know, like, I think our whole 4 years, everything was rebuked and everything was this. So
when
like,
it came to us, it wasn't. Everything was just a rebuke. Like, I couldn't understand what was going on. Like, even though we wasn't doing what they were saying, it's like, it was the truth, and it's like, no, it wasn't. Because how am I see with somebody if I don't see them for 4 years? Like, that was the thing. I'm like, and it just started getting a little frustrated. Like, God, like, now I start questioning about God love. Is this God love? Stuff like that. Like, if this is the way God love, I'm good. I'm good from it. God, if I can run as far as I can, I'm gonna run. But remember, God is not people. God, he don't change. You know, he stay the same. He stay the same each and every day, y'all. He stay the same. You can't, the way people treat you, you can't be like, oh, God, this is your fault. No, it's not. It's not. Sometimes people need their own healing without even knowing. So, it's not. Go ahead.
So then, she ended up having to leave the church because 2018, you ended up having to leave. She was told to leave. They told her to leave.
Yeah, they told me
to leave. She was told to leave, and I was hot because I felt like, God, like you. The funny thing is, they prayed for us like a week earlier, saying that, yo, I'm gonna be her helper. Like, I'm gonna help her. Like, and then not a week or 2 weeks go by, she was told to leave, and I was like, damn, like, God, how we just gonna make this official? Finally, like, I waited like 3-4 years, bro. Finally,
to do it right.
To do it
like, right, y'all.
Now you told her to leave. Nah, God, I was hot, kid. I was hot. Like, they had to talk to me every day. Every day I went over there, they had to talk to me. That's how mad I was. Like, yo, oh, and then on top of that, they started. Then it became like, yo, how you know she's still your wife? Like, how you know that God didn't take her away? Like, how you know He didn't give? All other BS. And I'm like, bruh, like, I ain't even trying to hear all that. And I told him, yo, if she ain't for me, God, you gotta show me a dream. Like, yo, you gotta give me something. And the funny thing is, he never gave. Obviously, when she left, I'm gonna deal with my pain the only way I know how to. And that was what messing with girls. So I only messed with like 3 girls. So I was trying to dump my pain through them. Chilling with them. It's 5 a.m. And on top of that, I was going through, besides her leaving, I was going through way other stuff. As far as that, yeah, I was going through way other issues too. That was like, they were really bugging. So then I was trying to dump my feelings through these girls, and then like I'm chilling with them 5 in the morning. We going to the beach, you know. I'm trying to escape, and one of the ways that I knew, like, you know, some of them wasn't for me, cause like I was down. I'd be at the beach and I'm like this. I'd be looking at the water. I'm sighing. I'm like, and they'll never say nothing. I could walk inside and I could walk like this, and she'll know, like, yo, you lying. Something's wrong. Something's wrong with you. Like she'll know and say, hey, like I feel like something wrong with you. Like, what's up? Like, talk to me. And it was like, that's how I knew, like, yo, she was really the real one. Cause it was like, yo, they wouldn't even ask, like, or see, like, hey, what's wrong with you? And the ones that did ask, when I told them, they were just like, yo, you gotta get through it. Yo, and I'm like, bruh, don't you know I gotta get through it? Like, I already know I gotta get through it. Ain't nobody gonna get through it for me. Like, yo, we hard body. We've been facing situations. I know I gotta get through it, but there's just a patch in the road that kind of like got me a little stuck. So it was like, yo, all right, whatever. And then what she had said was, one of the girls that I was messing with, she called me one day and she was like, yo, I don't think we ain't supposed to be together. She was like, yo, I feel like God just brought us together to help each other, not for us to be together. That's when I was like, damn, like, and that's one of the things that I thank God, like, yo, He ain't never let nothing happen between me and them girls. Like, as much as I wanted it, man, it's like God was holding them. Like, yo, nah, you ain't about to do nothing with these girls. Like, you ain't gonna do nothing. And it was bad too, because I seen her and I couldn't even say nothing to her. Like, I would be driving my stepdad. I seen her on the street. I couldn't even, like, I just honk, keep it moving, like, damn. Like, and I go home and I'd be hot, like, God, yo, you tripping, kid. Like, how you gonna do that to me, bro? Like, X, Y, and Z. You know, and I used to talk to her a little bit. Like, she used to text me, like, yo, I'm sad and stuff like that. And I'd tell her, like, yo, God still love you and stuff like that. Like, yo, everything gonna be okay. And she'll be like, and funny thing, I was looking at them old messages from that time, not too long ago, like a couple of days ago. And I looked and I remember I told her, like, yo, no, I ain't gonna lie, I miss you, kid. Like, she like, yo, I miss you too. And now, like, I just said I miss you too. Like, I started talking to her. But I was hot, bro. I wasn't taking that, yo, she not my wife, as a no. Like, when they were saying, yo, how you know God didn't give her? And I told God, like, yo, if she ain't it, bro, you gotta show me in a dream. You gotta show me, because me, like, I asked God some things. And when I asked God certain things where I was like, yo, you gotta show me a dream, like, He always showed me. That was one thing that I knew for sure. And then for some reason, He couldn't show me this. Like, I never got a dream that she wasn't for me. And that's what frustrated me the most. Because it was like, these people that's saying, yo, they're God's people, telling me one thing, and I'm telling you, tell me. Because at that point, I'm not listening to nobody no more. At that point, like, I tell you, like, yo, my mind started growing,
I feel like, you know, sometimes we want to see it so that we could believe it. I feel like God was testing you where, like, you don't see it, but like, you're gonna hold on to that faith.
But
I feel like that kept you right on your knees, though. Like,
it kept me on my toes, like, because I had to know, like, I had to know. So I was feeling so much, I was like in pain, kid. I was like, yo, I'm not gonna hold on to this. I want to forget about her. Like, if she's not for me, why hold on to somebody that ain't for you? Like, and that was the main reason why I was talking to them girls.
You can't get rid of me.
No, you're right. You here today. You as much as nothing, never mind. But yeah, like, it felt like, I did that to talk to this girl to escape that pain where I was like, yo, I want to forget about her, man. Forget about her, bro. Like, I'm already hot. Like, yo, I like, yo, forget it, man. Just, you know, this is what we're gonna do, bro. And then fast forward, I left. You know, I ended up leaving. 2018, I ended up leaving. I was like, you know what? Like, it became so bad that I was like, yo, I have to walk a different road. And it was very difficult, I'll say that. But that's another story for another day. But it was very difficult. And I still remember one day, I texted her brother, I was like, yo, for my day one, that's still one of my day one. Shout out to my boy G-Boy. And I was like, yo, where you at?
That's my big brother, y'all.
And he was like, yo, I'm at the crib. I was like, all right, I'm gonna pull up on you. You know? I was pulling up on him too, but I wanted to see her too, though.
Sorry,
like,
brother.
Like, Even though I really no, but I really put I know I really putting up on you though, but you feel me, in my heart I was like, yo, I hope I see her too. You feel me? I was like, yo, if I see her, that's a plus. Cause I still remember that night. I was going to get tires.
Yeah, he had little twigs, and he said,
yeah,
"Oh my God,
I was getting some tires for the whip." And that's when I was texting you. I think I had texted you or something like that.
We was texting.
Yeah, we was texting.
But we didn't stay too long.
Yeah, we didn't stay texting. But I asked her, I think I said, yo, my people's not at the crib. Nobody at home. If you're like, yo, to come over.
What did I say, no?
Nah, you was like, yo, I would. But then you're like, yo, I'm joking. But then I kind of knew, like, yo, at that point, it's like, So, I pulled up over there and I seen her. We didn't even talk like that. It was just like a little mini talk where it was just like, yo, hey, what's up? Like, how you doing?
And then we finally hugged, y'all.
Yeah, I think I gave you like a little side
hug. I remember he had on two girls. Oh my God, he had a white shirt with a gray pants with black stripes. I remembered. And his hair was little twigs. I'm like, oh my God. And I looked at him, oh my God, he looked so different. He actually did look different. Like,
yeah.
He was becoming a man, y'all.
Yeah, I was growing. For me, I was doing my thing. You feel me? But yeah, when I seen her, I think that was like the beginning of a new stage where it's like, yo, that's the beginning of something new. I finally got to see her. We out of this place. I done grew, she done grew. And then like, yo, I think that was the beginning stages of something new.
The growing part, I mean, it took me a while because, I had left the church and all I knew was the church and I didn't know life outside of church. So all I knew is like, get up, go to school, church. Get up, go to school, church. So that's all I knew and go home. So like when I left, it was very hard. Now he was someone I couldn't take that. Okay, I see him in my environment. Even though we didn't speak, I was okay with it. But now being removed from the environment, not seeing and speaking to him, yeah, it crushed me. It really crushed me. This is someone I knew since 2012. Like the only person that I knew, and it's like dang, like it just ripped off. Like for a good minute, like what's going on and stuff like that. So it took a while. I remember, in my living room, like I just got so fed up, like with everything. Like I remember I was dealing with the hurt of finding out all the stuff that he did. Like the top person, like his past catching up to him and stuff like that. Like it was taking a toll, and I just, I was like, I was in my living room. I will never forget that day. Like I was in my living room, and I told God, like I'm done. Like God, like if he is for me, this burden, like take it. Like literally, I would literally cry every night. Like this burden of, like God, like what's going on, like. This is someone I used to see, now I'm not seeing him no more. Like it took a toll. Like, and leaving the church, like the people that I speak to is not there. The people I consider friends, they're not there no more. So who am I going to speak to? It was just me, God. That was it. Like it's either like, yo, I let life beat me, or I just run back to God. I was like, you know what, God, like. I'm done. Take this burden from me. Like, God, if he is meant for me, he will be right back. I said, God, I'm done stressing. I'm going to just go ahead and, like, not live life, but live life through God. Like, I was like, God, I'm done. Like, I can't. You could go ahead, take this burden. Like, then, guys, like he said. And then he texted my brother. I didn't know he was coming over. But prior to that time, we was texting, but I didn't know he was coming over. Mind you, I didn't see him for, like, 5 to 6 months. I didn't see him. So it was like when I saw him, it was amazing, y'all. It was so amazing. I was in the middle of me healing, and then seeing him again, it was like a fresh new love and stuff like that. Like, it was amazing.
Yeah, and I always tell people, like, yo, people would ask me, and I always tell them, like, yo, they'd be like, yo, do you miss her or not? I'll tell them, like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, I miss her, kid. And I'll be like, yo, right now it's probably not the best time for us to be together.
It wasn't.
But I was like, yo, we're gonna get back together. I always tell people that ask me, because obviously they used to always see her, or they knew of her, and then they used to be like, yo, so how's that relationship? Every time I seen somebody that I knew, yo, how's that? And I'd be like, yo, as of right now, she gotta do some growing, and I gotta do some growing. And one day when we finish, we'll probably get back together, and this thing will probably work. Like, I remember telling my brother, like, yo, damn, I ain't gonna lie, I love her, kid. I like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, like, dog, I do love her, and I do miss her. You feel me? That's when Little Baby song came out. We started off as close friends. Like, he was playing that. I like, damn, kid, like, yo, you feel me? I like, do. But then, we end up after that night when I seen her, we probably was talking for a little bit.
We was.
Stay tuned.
But I missed her so much, but it was amazing.
Always, always, you gotta always pray Jesus. He came to give you better days. His love will last until the final day.